Good evening. Tonight on Talk the Talk, we are going to give you an in-depth look at one of the nation's hot-button issues, immigrants. Both legal and illegal, we will look into their daily lives and the racism that they endure. Immigrants are certainly not a new phenomenon to the world. An immigrant is anyone who moves to a different country in search of a better life. In this newscast, we will be focusing on the most recent immigration to the United States, that from Latin America, mainly Mexico. Why would anyone want to leave their homes, pay huge fees to smugglers, brave the brutal weather, and risk getting deported, making all their efforts go to waste? Most come to this country in search of better jobs, housing, and education for their children. They are met with the challenges of living in secret. They must find somewhere to live, a job, and getting schools to take their children. This often results in migrant camps deep in the canyons. In these canyons, they live in tarp tents, making fires to cook all their meals, and some even conduct small church services in makeshift chapels. Some of these camps are even on private property and are supported by the landowners. There are many people who oppose these camps, such as the Minutemen. This is the Minutemen's direct mission statement: to demand maximum border security, oppose illegal immigration in all parts of San Diego County, and to assist the U.S. Border Patrol in securing the U.S.-Mexican border from terrorists, criminals, drugs, and illegal aliens. We oppose the racist Aslanders, Reconquistas, and all other anti-American groups, and vow to expose their true agendas. We are a group of part-time volunteers who share the common goal of taking back our cities, country, state, and nation from those who believe in open borders between sovereign nations and the free flow of unchecked foreign nationals into our country. We oppose all city-sanctioned and organized day labor pickup sites where illegal aliens are regularly hired by law-breaking employers in violation of federal law. We also oppose and will protest any company that has regular employees that are in the United States illegally. We oppose all government and elected officials that do not enforce our immigration laws and support our Constitution. We believe education and taking action is the key to winning this battle for our nation. Several investigations are underway that involve violence and destruction of property by Minutemen members towards immigrants. Immigrants now and in the past will probably have to deal with racism, stereotypes, and violence. Only when we understand that they are people, just like anyone else in this world, trying to live their own life to the fullest, can we stop the bigotry toward anyone of a different background. I went to the mall in San Diego, California, to meet with a very different kind of group. They're called the Border Angels, and they operate in San Diego.
My name is Enrique Morones, and I'm the president and founder of Border Angels.
What is Border Angels exactly?
Border Angels is an organization founded in 1986, and we were started in order to provide food and water to our migrant brothers and sisters that live in the canyons of North County, San Diego. I was shocked to learn that there was people living in these conditions in the most powerful economy in the history of the earth, in a very wealthy area here in the U.S., North County, San Diego, Carlsbad. And so we started going there and bringing water and food. And about 10 years later, in 1996, we started going to the desert and putting water out there, because in October of 1994, the U.S. government built a wall between San Diego and Tijuana. And when they built this wall, we were very upset, because we said, what's going to happen is the people are going to be forced to cross in very dangerous areas. They're going to be forced to cross in the desert and start dying. People that are coming here to feed our kids, to pick our fruit, to build our homes. And they cross in the desert, and they don't cross through the regular ports of entry because they don't qualify for visas and they're hungry. So unfortunately, we were right and they were wrong. The government was wrong. People continued to cross and started dying at a record pace. Since Operation Gatekeeper began in October of 1994, the wall between San Diego and Tijuana, we estimate there's been over 10,000 people that have died. Officially, the U.S. government says it's 4,500. But whether it's 4,500 or 10,000, these people should not be dying simply because they want to have a better life.
They were meeting in Horton Plaza to protest the statue of a very, very controversial person, Pete Wilson. They see Pete Wilson, the former mayor of San Diego, as a very fascist, racist person.
We're in Horton Plaza today because we come out to Horton Plaza on a regular basis And we protest this statue that's behind us over here. Pete Wilson is the person that used to be the mayor of San Diego, then he was governor and senator here in California. And he was the person that started these hate ads against Latinos when he ran for president. He was the person that was the voice for Proposition 187, which was a proposition which denied children the rights of health care, education, something very unjust, which we're totally against. We said it's against the Constitution of the United States, and the U.S. Constitution stood up and said it's wrong what Pete Wilson is doing, and that's why Proposition 187 was not implemented. So we find it shameful that the city of San Diego would allow a statue of him to be in such a public area. Well, 1/3 of the population of San Diego is Latino, where San Diego and Tijuana are sister cities. More than half the people in the region are Latino, and Pete Wilson is a persona non grata in Tijuana. So here we're in front of the shopping center, where as you look around, you see that a lot of the shoppers are Latino. They should not allow this statue to be here. So we come here every Saturday, we picket the statue, we hand out flyers protesting the presence of the statue, and we want the statue moved, and we're going to be here until they move the statue.
The Day of an Immigrant is an early one. Many legal and illegal immigrants have to rise before the sun to get to their jobs and sit behind the local 7-Eleven waiting for someone to need cheap labor. They have to work early because most of their jobs that they do will involve hard manual labor and who wants to work in the beating hot sun. Another hardship in an immigrant day is getting their child in school. One thing that is trying to make that easier for families is the DREAM Act. The DREAM Act is a narrow bill that will provide education to illegal immigrant children with good grades and good moral character. The bill states that if you were in the country before the age of 16 for more than 5 years or have graduated high school, you may be granted legal status to allow you a college education.